A plus for kid murder. There's not enough kid murder in horror movies. I think people are afraid of it. So, some kid murder. Finally. And my pumpkin. Hi. So I just got back from seeing Halloween. Halloween is my favorite horror movie, and one of my favorite movies just in general. I love the character of Laurie Strode. She's my favorite final girl, and I love Jamie Lee Curtis, and I was so excited that she was back for the 40th anniversary. And the last time that she was in a Halloween movie, not counting Resurrection because we don't count that, was 20 years ago in H2O, which was kind of a mess of a movie. Has a lot of really fun things about it, but not the best. So I was excited to see this because I thought, okay, maybe this is the one. This is the big comeback of Laurie Strode. Halloween as a franchise has really deviated from its roots a lot. I like Halloween 2. 3 is 3. 4 is all right. 5 and 6 are off the fucking wall. H2O is cool. It's fun. I revisit it fairly often. Resurrection, I try not to remember exists. And then you've got Rob Zombie's Halloween, which are honestly just a total other thing. I can't even really lump them in with the regular Halloween franchise. I like them. They're just they're an other thing. So I was excited to see something more like the first one. And it really wasn't like the first one. I went into this, maybe with my hopes a little bit too high, expecting maybe a little too much. I definitely got from it that this movie was made by fans of the franchise, fans of Halloween and of John Carpenter. All of the callbacks to the other movies were awesome. And as a super fan, if you're a super horror fan or if you're just really into the Halloween franchise and you catch them all as you're watching it, it's cool. They're there for you. But as a whole, I just feel like the plot fell so short in creating characters that you cared about. Not that you cared about Laurie's friends, but you still spent time with them, and you could tell how much they meant to Laurie and how much it hurt Laurie when they died. And that sort of gravity didn't exist in the movie. I had so much hype going into this movie, but I tried to stay somewhat level-headed about it, because that's never a good thing, especially with a horror movie. You don't know what you're going to get. If you don't want to see spoilers, go to this point in the video, so I'm going to say them right now. This movie does not take into account any other movie except for the first Halloween. Laurie Strode is not Michael Myers' sister. There's no relation whatsoever. He just randomly chose her and her friends to kill in 1978. Wrong place, wrong time, I guess. Why is this man so obsessed with her? Halloween was just going to be a one-off. It's okay that they're not siblings. But the minute you want to keep having him stalk Laurie Strode, 40 years later, stalking Laurie Strode, there needs to be a reason. And there was no, not that there has to be a Laurie replacement, but she was right there. Allison was right there to be that, and they didn't make her that. It seemed like they were going to, and then that plotline just died. The teenager plotline just died. The babysitter come over, the boyfriends, all of that, they literally just died so early on, and they didn't even go back to it. It didn't even matter that they died. Allison didn't even know that they died. It just felt like they were trying to do a callback to these movies, but they just didn't follow through. The plot line just seemed like it was going all over the place, with the doctor putting on Michael's mask and then immediately dying. What was that? Why did he do that? Who is this doctor? Why is he so obsessed with Michael? And why do we feel the need to throw that weird little plot line in there for a couple of seconds? Why didn't Michael go after Allison? I think, if you're not going to use Allison in a cool way and she's just going to be there the whole time and never do anything, why don't you kill her while she was in the cop car with Michael? Michael should have killed her. That would have been whoa, okay. It would have given Laurie and Karen more of a rage, more of a reason to really, really want to get Michael now. And just so many missed opportunities, I feel like, and weird plot choices and twists and turns that just didn't make any sense to me. I liked all of the callbacks in the movie. The 2 Bob references with the kid getting stuck to the wall with the knife through his neck, and then her friend having the sheet over her when he was strangling the reporter up in the bathroom and her feet raised up off the ground. The 3 kids walking to school in the morning, her standing outside of the window while Allison is in school, her disappearing after Michael pushes her off of the roof, both of the closet scene references, the ending credits and the beginning credits. I just didn't understand why this plot. 40 years later, a love letter to Halloween, and this is the plot that you come up with. Like, I don't even know why any of the teenagers existed. I don't know why the doctor existed. I don't know what their point was other than to be part of the body count. I wasn't given any sort of character development, and any character development that they tried to give me felt very pushed and over-explained in ways that didn't make sense or were very see-through as to this is explaining to the audience now what this character wants you to know about them. It just didn't feel natural. If I were to do it differently, I would do something more along the lines of what Halloween H2O did and focus on Laurie Strode's offspring, whether it be her children or her grandchildren, and their plot and their story and what Michael's doing to them, and how Laurie involves herself in that, whether it's to save them or to help them in some way. I don't think that Halloween H2O is a very great movie. It is fun to watch, and I think the plot is better than this one. As far as a revisiting Laurie Strode and Michael Myers plot goes, that one just makes more sense. It's more cohesive. It has elements of following Laurie's story and following some teenager's story, which is, essentially what you want in a good slasher. It felt like too many little plots going on. Nothing ever really connected. You just gotta connect them. Connect the plots. Make her the sheriff. Make her the person who wants to protect Haddonfield as a whole. If you're gonna make her this survivalist badass, then really, really do it. She's agoraphobic? Great. She shouldn't be leaving her house then. She shouldn't be going out to watch Michael Myers get transferred. She's too scared, she's always in her home and he forces his way in, or her children are in such danger that she's forced to leave to go help, I just feel like no character committed to who they were. The writing didn't commit to who each character was. And so nobody felt real. None of these characters felt like real people making real decisions. They were just making decisions to further the plot. We're at this weird sort of place where, it feels wrong to have a Halloween movie that doesn't involve Laurie Strode, but, how long can we drag out her storyline and what else can we do with her? And how long can we get Jamie Lee Curtis to be Laurie Strode? I think that this is just going to be another Halloween movie. I don't think it's going to be remembered as one of the better ones. It's pretty much on par with H2O. I do see them making more in the future. I don't know if they'll involve Laurie Strode. I don't know in what capacity Danny McBride and the director and these people will be involved. I don't know if they plan on writing more. Right now, I think I would like to see it left alone for a little while. And I think if it does come back, if they want to reboot it again, I would prefer just another remake. I'm sort of tired of them trying to prolong Michael. He's old now. It's time to reboot or go home. I don't even necessarily want that. I think we need some years off to just sort of let him rest a little bit before we ruin him. Having Laurie be as strong as she is in this movie, and having this movie not make any true allusions to the plot lines of any of the other Halloween movies that have been made, and being able to start fresh and being able to have a new take on Laurie as a strong, capable woman was probably very important to Jamie Lee Curtis and a huge reason as to why she wanted to make this movie. Wish that this movie had made me feel the way the first one did, but I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's a really bad movie, but I don't think that I'll ever go back and rewatch it. The way that I do rewatch the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and Halloween H2O. I rewatched them a lot, and I don't know if I will do that with this one. It didn't have the suspense that you're used to. It didn't have that build up, that sort of nervous energy of where is he, when is he going to get this person. That just wasn't there. It wasn't scary. He wasn't scary. He felt like an old Michael Myers, which he is, and that's okay. But that's just not what you've come to expect from Michael Myers, and it just sort of felt weird that he just sort of felt like an old man. It's just not scary. I wanted it to be scary. The first one still scares the shit out of me, and I've seen it a million times. I give Halloween 2018 a 6 out of 10. Please comment if there's a movie that you want me to review. Let me know. Something that may have flown under my radar. Maybe I didn't know about it. Let me know. I'll watch it. Oh, look at my shirt. Long live PJ Souls.